I just wanted to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, whether or not you should buy the game. Um, Considering that this is Red Dead Redemption 2 online beta, there's a lot of features still being added. There have been future leaks called the Alien and Zombies DLCs. I will put those links in the description of the video. But that's not the premise of the video today. The premise of the video today is to talk about whether or not Red Dead Redemption 2 is worth buying, and whether or not you will enjoy the game. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for quite a bit. I'm like level 40, I believe. Here, let's check really quick. Yeah, level 41. So yeah, I've been playing quite a bit after or during the launch, and I have the Ultimate Edition, so I have a lot of extra features, extra bonuses that came in. Regardless of what edition you got, the playability is what I'm mostly focusing on here today. Gameplay, mechanics as such as shooting, the ability cards, more of the PvP standpoint. So let's get started. I've been playing a lot of the free roam, and I've decided to kind of stay away from PvP for 3 reasons. It's boring, it is unbalanced, and there's no map selection, which will tie into the first thing that I said earlier of why it's boring. So, why is it boring? Well, here's here's why. The game offers quite a few game modes to play. You're better off playing in the smaller shootouts or the bigger ones. It's really a preference. I prefer to play in the smaller ones only because the spawning in the game is kind of terrible as of right now. You can play a game like Most Wanted, where you're basically trying to like kill as many people as you can or kill the highest value target for the most points. And you end up not getting, you know, first place because, you know, you keep spawning in and then someone who spawned in right behind you who has like first place, right? You have a 20-point lead on them, but you have a 36 point on your head. So the minute they shoot you, they gain the lead and you basically lose the game, but it's only because of the game's really terrible spawning. Moving on to number 2. Unbalanced. Now, I say unbalanced because there are some game modes where you play in the big team shootouts where it's split. So it's make your choice, I think, or choose your weapon. It's something similar to that, where you basically use trick weapons to increase your point value. So tomahawks are like 3 points. No, like 7 points actually. 7 points for the tomahawks, 3 points for the shotguns, and it kind of gets rid of the whole point of using a repeater, which you would think a longer range weapon would take skill to use, even though most of the game is auto aim, to where you would be getting 1 point, as to where you're using a shotgun, which obviously takes no skill to use from close to medium range, and get 3 measly points out of that compared to 1 point from a headshot repeater, which is kind of dumb. It'd make more sense to get 3 points with the repeater getting a headshot than it would getting you know, 1 point. But that's just me. But yeah, talking about the unbalancing section, there's a lot of game modes where you are split into several teams, and the rebalancing of teams in the game, it's really terrible. Like, you can be placed on a team with just 2 people and you're going up like a squad of like 6 others. So I don't understand why they have a system like that to where they can just keep it as simple as just 2 teams. Like the dandies, that's cool and all, but it should not have to be like 5 different squads in one match, where it's like domination or something. It should be just 2 flat teams that just go duke it out in an all-out war. And that would make these game modes a lot more fun to play. And free roam offers, I guess, just a little bit more. You can do what you want to do, and whether or not you want to play with someone, that's your choice. I enjoy playing free roam, and I play a lot of it. In fact, I've leveled up most of the time from free roam. I did grind a little bit on PvP, but you know, after like 5 or 6 matches, it just started to get dull, and I stopped playing. I'll literally only get back to PvP again if I'm like absolutely bored and have nothing to do. I'll play like 1 or 2 matches, or I'll just jump on with some friends that want to play PvP, just because, you know, that's just all they're about, is just PvP. And obviously this game is going to be more fun with friends, but obviously beginning the first state of this game, there's really not going to be much to do, so you can't really blame the developers on a game like this. I mean, they called it a beta, so I'm not really mad at them for that. One thing I do want to take a look at, but in a future video, is going to be the catalog. I'll show you guys here in a second. That you guys, if you guys have been playing, you guys would have noticed that the price changes on all the weapons have been different. The Mauser pistol was like $1,000. That got decreased over to $600 after recent patches. A lot of things have been going down in prices. And yeah, hopefully we'll see something else for those in a later video. When they put out some more hot fixes and more patches. One thing I'm still starting to notice though, it's a little tedious bug that I'm looking at here, is the belts. When you try to switch your clothing, like I have different belts on, it keeps the same like rope belt that I have on for that's attached to my holsters, and I have a black belt on like both these other 2 outfits, but it sticks on the one that was on this one, my number 2 outfit. It's not really relevant to what we're talking about, but they're just minor bugs that I would like to discuss so you guys are aware of them. Also, the third option, instead of talking about, you know, whether the game is boring or if it's unbalanced, I just want to talk about the aim mechanics in the game. Now, they added this new feature to where, you know, you have recoil now, so it's not like you'll miss a shot, but when you move your reticle around, you notice that it gets bigger, that little circle, do you see there? If you crouch down, I don't really think it increases much of your aim as much as it would standing. Oh, actually it does. I think it's slightly different though. It's kind of hard to tell. But the PvP is another part, like playing this with PvP is also another thing that I just don't like. Is the ability cards. Just take a look at this really quick. Let's take a look. So you have slow and steady. These are the kind of the end game cards you want to run with, honestly. Because trust me, I'm really good at this game. So anyone who has like maybe it'll replace the first passive with let's see. This one, cold-blooded. No, not cold-blooded. I think it's this one, strange medicine. That's a good one. There's also another one that you can use, which is I think it was this one. Yeah, each consecutive shot on the same target does a little bit more damage. But the current build that I have running is basically to make you a tank and you just don't die. Get all of these at level 3. Not only will you be a tank, you can take headshots, regen stamina after getting headshots. Not stamina, but regen your Deadeye and health after getting kills. So it's like, you just can't technically die if you keep killing people. And whoever really has Deadeye is basically like a god. The perks kind of stack together makes it so, like right now you can just activate it, walk around. You won't be able to sprint or anything, but you'll see that little Deadeye symbol pop up, and when you get a kill, on the top right of the screen there, you'll see a little heart start glowing, which means that your health starts to regen after every time you get a kill. What I also find really interesting about the game is that you can eat food to regen all of your Deadeye again. And then after that, you just keep getting headshots, then it refills the Deadeye meter even higher. So it's pretty clutch to do that in situations to where you need to just, you know, just fight people just as quickly and take down as many people as you possibly can. But I don't stock up on meats for primarily PvP because it's just not something that's like worth doing. Like, you'd be wasting all of your hunting meat to regen stamina, because like I told you guys again in the previous commentary about the respawns, the spawning is just garbage. Like even in free roam it's garbage. But it's not as bad on PvP. At least when you're in free roam, you're in a bigger area. And I'm not saying you're not in a big area in PvP in those shootout game modes, but when it comes to, you know, just instead of you and one other person, there's like 3 or 4 other people that you have to worry about. So right now I'm heading over to Raniki Valley, where we can go hunt us some cougars, because I've been working on finding out all the technical spawns that they've been hot patching for a while. I will talk about hunting in another video. I just wanted to give my 2 cents towards Red Dead Redemption, whether or not you should get it, whether or not you'll enjoy it. My 2 cents towards the game mechanics. Roughly, if you want to get this game, I think you should wait until they include a lot of content in here. Because I can tell you this, you will stop playing the game after just, you know, figuring out that you've got to a certain point. Like I reached like level 25, 26, bought everything that's, you know, technically useful to you as a player to like enjoy maximum playability fun as of this state of the game as of right now. Also, if there's anything else you guys want to look at, there's another channel that I look at. It's Legacy Killer HD. He's a really cool guy. He makes a bunch of Red Dead commentary on like news and Fallout videos, basically anything that's in the know about gaming. His recent videos are on Bethesda because they're in a lot of trouble from their Fallout game. So yeah, I'll leave a link to in the description below. You guys have a great one. Happy holidays and Happy New Year's.